Good chilly Sunday morning to you. I hope that you are taking a rest today, pausing, taking Sabbath, taking time, taking reflection time, even some time of meditation today to just recount your week, to just take a pause, to recognize where you've been this week and take a healthy assessment of where you're going heading into next week. This morning, I'm going to read a poem called The Guild from Sharon Olds. It's a little more difficult in content, but it's a little short one. But I want you to be able to use this morning to just reflect, if you can, on maybe even some of your experiences growing up and where you have been, where you come from. Again, this is called The Guild by Sharon Olds. Every night as my grandfather sat in the darkened room in front of the fire, the liquor like fire in his hand, his eye glittering meaninglessly in the light from the flames, his glass eye baleful and stony, a young man sat with him, in silence and in darkness, a college boy with white skin unlined, a narrow, beautiful face, a broad domed forehead and eyes amber as the resin from trees too young to be cut yet. This was his son, who sat, an apprentice, night after night, his glass of coals next to the old man's glass of coals, and he drank when the old man drank, and he learned the craft of oblivion. That young man, not yet cruel, his hair dark as the soil that feeds the tree's roots, that son who would come to be in his turn better at this than the teacher, the apprentice who would pass his master in cruelty and oblivion, drinking steadily by the flames in the blackness. That young man, my father. Some of you are struggling today because you came from a life of struggle from someone else who was struggling. You are hurting because you came from someone who hurt you. You are in pain because when you were growing up, you were cared for or supposed to be cared for by someone who was in pain. The beautiful news this morning is you can break the cycle. You can break that curse if, and I hate that and love that word, if. Jesus uses it a bunch. He says, you're my friends if you follow me. If is the big word. Listen, just because something's been provided for you doesn't mean, just because something's available to you doesn't mean you possess it. You actually have to take hold of it. Just because someone gave you a gift, you have to open it. So all of your cycles, all of those curses in your life can be broken. You actually do possess the authority and the power to break them. But if you are willing to do the work, if you're willing to show up to your actual life, which I know you can, today can be the first day of the rest of your story.